Sideline here. We're going to go over the new Ultimate64 firmware that Gideon has just released, and it's on his website, ultimate64.com/firmware. And as you can see, there's a little bit of changes going on here. And the interesting thing about this release is that he's made it for all of his products. The Ultimate 64, the Ultimate 2 Plus cartridge, and so on. So we'll just go over the list real quick. Changes improvements to the U64 FPGA. Added drive B activity to the possible case LED outputs. Increased the number of UltiSIDs from 2 to 8. Fixed jail bar issue on HDMI output. Fixed a LED strip issue that slipped in one of the previous versions. Improved EMC performance. Added paddle swap for the U64 Elite. Increased application CPU performance. Changes to the Ultimate 64 application. Added support for 8 SID configurations. Split the U64 configuration settings for better overview. Added possibility to load and save and reset configuration settings. Added the possibility to have temporary configuration setting. Added the choice of which UltiSID causes the LED strip to light up. Added a Visual SID Addressing editor. Added detection and real-time configuration of FPGA SID, Swin SID Ultimate, and ARM SID. Fixed screen title when connecting to the machine through Telnet. Added joy swap to the configuration menu. Option to use Final Cut version 1, version 2 re-enabled. Upgraded the OS to a newer version. And unreleased work is flashing the ESP32 Wi-Fi module from the file browser menu. Planned work for the upcoming release. Keystrokes to quickly enable or mute audio channels. Connection between the ESP32 and the C64. A sample project for the ESP32 which can be used for others to port stuff like modem emulation. Interesting. It looks like we're finally going to get the Wi-Fi working for the network stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and download this. And let's see, I'll save it to my desktop here. And then we'll load it into the Ultimate. I'm using MOBA Xterm to connect through the FTP settings. And we'll just find the file that I downloaded on the desktop and put it in the proper location on the Ultimate USB drive that I have. Alright, now we're just going to fire up the old Ultimate 64 and browse to the location where I put the Ultimate firmware. I have a folder called Ultimate Firmware on one of my USB drives. Go down, Ultimate 64 1.24. Run update. And this is a big one, so looks like we're going to be here for a little bit. I'm going to speed this up, actually. Alright, once that's done, we'll turn off the power and reboot the system. We'll take a look and see what kind of new features are added. So here we go. Version 1.24. Okay, right off the bat, I see new menu features, audio mixer, and if you hit run stop, it now asks you if you want to save your settings, SID sockets configuration, UltiSID configuration. Looks like all of the SID stuff has been broken out into different menus. And there's the SID addressing section. SID addressing section. Let's take a closer look. I'm interested in this Visual SID Address editor. Oh, that's pretty cool. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, socket 1, socket 2, Ultimate SID 1, Ultimate SID 2. You can just move the address around with your cursor keys. It looks like you can select socket 2 with 2, 3, and 4. Will change your SIDs that you're working with. It's a pretty neat little visual representation. You can just move them anywhere. Very neat. Okay. What just happened? We'll move it back. But yeah, it looks like you can customize that however you want. Put your SID addresses wherever you want them. Pretty neat. Let's see, what else have we got here? Then there's the U64 specific settings, joystick swapper, which can't be changed. Interesting. Must be the only setting you can have for now. I'll have to look that up. Check it out. Not even sure how that works. So yeah, this looks pretty much the same. There's any activity on LED select bottom now. I guess that's to include both drive A and drive B for any activity on those drives. Pretty cool. And then we have the, let's look at the clock settings. Nothing's changed there. Software IEC settings. That doesn't look like anything's changed in that section. LED strip settings. I don't have an LED strip, so I have mine off. I don't really have any way to test this. Data streams. Yep, nothing's changed there. C64 and cartridge settings. Looks about the same on this side as previous versions. Although there was the version 1 and version 2 of the final ROM, and it's added back in right there. User interface settings. There is not much change there except for the autosave config, which is ask yes or no, and I don't like that, so I'm changing it to no, so I don't have to keep pressing that every time. Yep, and it works pretty good. Neat. The tape settings changes your speed of your tape drive. 1541 drive A settings. No changes really that I can see. Same thing with the drive B, and the network settings are the same. So there you have it. And that's about it. Thanks, Gideon, for the cool updates, and we'll see you next time on our next update video here on Cities Inn.